We keep our promise. Renwick and Thompson and Subway.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
So we're back. Yeah, have my video. Imagine I had the my volume up on my phone, I was sharing, and had me looking around going crazy, wondering what's going on. What am I listening to? Nevertheless, good morning everyone. Let me just get my share button up and rolling. I'm rolling solo today. I'm flying solo today. Kareem is not here, so I'm gonna need y'all to participate and be part of the program. All right, I'm gonna need you to participate. Anywho's, come on into the live, guys, and share. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Hey, Patty, long time I haven't seen you. What's up? What's going on? Haven't seen you around here in a minute. Good morning, Kata. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Ian Baker. Good morning, Jenny Marisho. Good morning, Deslin Macmillan. Deslin, hope you had a good one. A wonderful weekend. Good morning, Lydia James, Rachel Samuel, Marian Frederick. Of course, Andrea came in early this morning. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Christelle. So come on into the room, guys, and hit the share button so we can get the show on the road. Kira, I'm not even paying you no mind this morning. Just come into the room, okay? All right. All right. So we got a pretty, what's that noise? We got a pretty interesting scenario. But before we start, good morning, Camillus. Good morning, Karen Bailey. Good morning, Glems Edwards. BB, good morning. Sahana, good morning. Roseanne, good morning. Morning, everybody. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. It was a long one with Monday yesterday. You know, I realized all you outside. Y'all are outside. Especially the folks out in New York, Brooklyn. Y'all were outside. And noticed a couple of events and nobody was wearing a mask. And I'm like, wow, we're outside. After, it's like folks are outside with a vengeance after being cooped up for an entire year. And, you know, places are reopening. We still got to take the precautions, folks. Remember, we still have to. You can have your fun, but, you know, still observe the protocol. Still have your mask at least. I mean, seeing people practically elbowing each other and nobody wearing a mask, like... COVID is still alive, right? COVID is still alive and well. Good morning, Eddie. Yeah, I'm flying solo this morning, so I need your help too. So, there are two things I want to talk about before we jump into the topic. One is that of the vaccine, right? Now, I spoke on it earlier on, but I was like, you know what? Oops, I jumped the gun. I probably should have waited to do this in the ladies' room. But nevertheless, you probably need to hear it again. Now on Friday, I'm sure you all noticed we went live, had our second dose of the vaccine, the AstraZeneca vaccine. And as everything else, staff had the choice to take it or not to take it. It wasn't something that was forced on us or said that it's mandatory or we have to take it or we won't have a job, blah, 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 because there are others who did not. So who you saw live decided to do it. A couple others did it on their own as well. So it wasn't a case of being forced or being mandatory. It was just like, hey, vaccine is here. This is what's going on. Pros, cons, you do your research and take it or not to take it. Now, I decided, I'm not going to lie. To start off, I was really hesitant, right? I was really hesitant when the talk of the whole vaccine came around because to me, I was neither here nor there. I wasn't doing any research. There was just you're seeing information coming at you left, right, and center. And you know what? I really couldn't be bothered. I just was like, you know what? And it seems as though the bad news and the information that's negative about it, it circulates more and faster than the good effects of it. Be that as it may, um, when I traveled last time, I quarantined for 7 days, and those were the longest, most miserable 7 days I had in my life. I like being by myself, but I would not have mind if I was in my home because I mean I could stay home for an entire month, not by myself, not interacting with anybody. But it's in the comfort of my home. I'm home. But being in a hotel for 7 days, you can't go outside, you can't do nothing, was the most miserable 7 days I had in my life. And I'm like, you know what? When I heard the talk of okay, if you fully vaccinated, you do 48 hours and you bounce. And that was even before, well, that was long after I took the first jab. But then I'm like, listening, and I did some research, and after management bought the idea of okay, us getting vaccinated, what y'all think? If y'all do, you want to do it? I was hesitant, and I'm like, let me do it, let me check up, that's when I really started to do research and do look at the pros and the cons and what have you. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not afraid of death, honestly. And people call me weird for saying. I'm like, when I die, it's not like I know I'm dead. So if I do, then it's probably my time. So I'm not gonna live in fear of death when I could die as a result of COVID, right? So I'm like, you know what, whatever. If it's whatever, that's what it is. And I decided to take it. And then after a couple weeks after, I heard that fully vaccinated, 48 hours, you're out. So I'm like, even better. Because, I mean, I want to travel. I want to go out in the world again. I want to do things, and being stuck in a room, it wasn't sitting well on my chest. Anyway, long story short, did the second jab Friday. And, of course, we were alive. Someone came into my inbox and they were like, oh, you're one of those who's indoctrinated. I'm like, excuse you? What do you mean? I saw you taking the vaccine. Why did you take the vaccine? I'm like, with all due respect, I saw somebody I even know like that, right? A complete acquaintance on Facebook. I'm like, with all due respect, I don't even know you like that to even give you reasons, but here is why I took it. I said I did my research, and I think I'm in a better place because anybody who knows me knows for how long I suffered with asthma and all of that. So I'm like, I did it because I could probably be a high risk, And they were like, and they started with the conspiracy theories. And do I know that this vaccine interferes with my DNA? I'm like, okay, how? I'm like, well, where did you get the information from? Where can I go see that? Because I did a lot of research, but that wasn't one of the things that I saw. That was like one of the cons. That wasn't, so what are you talking about? And I got a whole lecture from the Bible down to the vaccine. Now, I'm saying all this to say, I have no issues with people deciding, you know what, I'm not going to take this vaccine. That is totally on you. I'll be calling those they're anti-vaxxers. That's all right. But my problem is, we all claim we have a right to do certain things. So if it is your right not to take it, and that's perfectly fine, what gives you the right to tell me that I should not take it? Don't I at least have that same right to decide what I'm going to put in my body, if to take it or not? And that is the problem I have with people. You have a right not to take it, and that is fine. But to tell me that I shouldn't take it, hello, I'm 40 plus around the sun. And as my mother would say, and my good friend Eddie would say, I find people to be fast forward, frontish, and out of place to telling other people, okay, I'm not going to take it and you shouldn't take it too. No. It's okay for you not to, but it's not okay for you to tell me not to. Let me decide that on my own. I think I'm grown enough to decide what I'm going to put in my body or not. So I just find people who are against it to be a little bit whatever. Y'all don't need to do it. Y'all don't need to take it. We are okay. You don't want to take it, you don't take it. And people getting upset with you, oh, you should know better. What should I know better? I think I know myself better. I think I know what I feel like when I have asthma and I could barely breathe and I'm walking around with a pump. So let people decide what they want to do. If you have reasons not to and you feel strongly against it, don't. But to be telling somebody or trying to make you feel stupid or make you feel like, oh, you drink some sort of Kool-Aid and you're on the bandwagon, I ain't get paid to take vaccine. Nobody handed me an envelope with nothing in it saying, hey, hold something small or something large. Nothing. That was a decision I made by myself. I've never once made a status on social media saying to anybody, go get your vaccine. When I speak on it on radio, I say, hey, you know what? You got a choice. Take it, not to take it. That's on you. Do your research, weigh the pros and the cons, whichever one works in your favor, then go with that. Never used any of my platforms to tell anybody or even posted anything telling people go get vaccine or go get vaccinated. It is a choice you have to make on your own. All right? So, for the goodly gentleman, you caught me when I was, let me see, sleepy, because I felt sleepy. But to answer the questions, I had the second one, no effects. I had no ache, no pain, no nothing. No, not even a headache. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I think it's somewhat of a mind thing because you're reading so much of this negative saying, you know, these are the side effects that you mentally say to yourself, I'm going to get the headache, I'm going to get a fever, and you start willing yourself to get sick. So this time around, I was like, no, absolutely nothing. All right? So I just thought I'd share that with you. People are just, I mean, I'm hearing everything from the Bible. You're hearing, oh, we don't know what's in it. Since when we know what's in the vaccine? I mean, I want to laugh at some of y'all, but Jesus Christ. Since when we know what's in vaccines? Like, since when have we ever paid attention? Myself and my coworker, we were talking on Friday, and we were like, a simple painkiller. Imagine like a simple painkiller. When you read the fine prints, you're seeing a million. When you go on the TV, let me see if I can find. Okay, so example, if the vaccine name is Artis, not vaccine. If the medication it's called Artis, you see, Artis is to control your blood sugar. But side effects includes headache, nausea, bleeding, brain tumors, going blind, cataracts, glaucoma, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, jaundice, AIDS, HIV, herpes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On a simple painkiller, something just to ease your pain. There's a million side effects. So I'm asking, dude, like, well, since when have we paid attention to what's in vaccines and how we know, like, the vaccine that you got when you were a child and they sent you to school, do you know what's in it? Did your parents know what's in it? Did they ever question what's in it? It was made too soon. And we don't know what's in it, so we shouldn't be taking it. Okay, well, I'm not particularly concerned about what's in it or not. Like I said, I don't fear death. If that's the outcome, it is what it is. But stop trying to control people and tell people what they should and shouldn't do. You don't want to do it? That's all right. Just let people be. People probably have good reasons, like Shineri saying they're not taking it. That is completely fine. Stop making, and it goes both sides, right? It goes both ways. But I'm just speaking on my experience that I had Friday when I took the second jab. It goes both ways. Somebody doesn't want to take it. That does not make them stupid or make them whatever. That's their choice. It goes both ways because you see the back and forth. Because I saw a long thread with a back and forth going on and on, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, this is exhausting. It's way more exhausting. I don't do religion. I don't do politics. And now vaccines is one that I'm not going to do. Have the back and forth. So for those of you who are anti, those of you who are for, let us just respect that people have a choice. And Don't go calling people names or giving people cold shoulder or feeling a type of way because that person is not taking it for whatever reason. And vice versa. Don't go making people feel bad for taking it. It is not mandatory, so that means you have a choice to take or not to take. So you can't go getting Theo, yes, and also suicidal thoughts. Imagine a medication telling you you could have suicidal thoughts. You're taking it just to probably ease your blood pressure or something, but bear in mind it could give you suicidal thoughts and also depression. Imagine that. Anyways, I went on way longer than I thought I should. Someone says, "It becomes anyone's business to be asking others if they took the vaccine. That is not your business." That's like this thing. Y'all don't realize this thing coming like politics, right? It's almost like people getting mad at you for voting for NNP or voting for NDC. It's like we throw politics in everything. This vaccine is coming like a whole green and yellow issue. Like, geez. Yeah, listen, that's serious. Anyway, not enough for y'all on this vaccine. All right, I had it, second shot. I'm fully vaccinated. Have not seen any wings growing out of my back as yet. I'm not flying yet. I'm not doing nothing yet. So I'll keep you guys posted. It is ticket on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No horns going on in my head. Nothing untoward. I'll let you guys know if anything different happens. All right. So the mark of the beast. So, today's scenario. Someone sent this to me and it says, a boyfriend should never maintain a girlfriend. Only a husband maintains his wife. If your girlfriend needs maintenance, then she should ask her parents or get a job. Too many young men in relationship with more responsibilities than fathers. What is y'all take on that? Because I'm kind of confused as to. I understand where it's going from when it's a maintain. No, I always say, you know what? At the end of the day, a man isn't obligated, unless you're married, isn't obligated if you're dating, whatever, to mind you, maintain you, give you money, whatever. He isn't obligated. But if he chooses to, that's on him. A man's money does not belong to you. It's his money. If he chooses to help you out, if you're in a jam or you're late on a bill or something, and he offers to help you or whatever, that is fine. But you're not supposed to take it for granted that he has to. The minute time you get into a relationship, okay, it's now become his job to mind you and pay for this and do that and that or the other. And that is something that I maintain. If he chooses to, fine. But you shouldn't expect him to. How many of you with me this morning on that? Let me see if Sheena is going to agree or disagree. He isn't obligated. So, Paddy says if you're not obligated, he'll get on. Well, then we're getting into relationships for all the wrong reasons then. If that is the case. So are we looking for partners? Or are we looking for a provider? Are we looking for ATM? Are we looking for whatever? What is it? This person here is saying a boyfriend should never maintain. But on the other hand, I'm saying, okay, if you're getting into a relationship and you're talking long-term and commitment and white picket fence and all of that, then a woman could say, okay, well, he's just my boyfriend. I'm not going to cook for him. I'm not going to do nothing for him. We're just going to enjoy each other's body and that's it. That is where my responsibilities stop. Because there's a lot of women who play wife role and motherly role and they're just girlfriends. Just girlfriends. And they taking his laundry, washing it, folding it, putting it away for him, going by him, clean up your room if he's staying with your parents, clean up your room, make sure that they fold and put away undies in one drawer, socks in another, blah blah blah, clean up his room and make sure everything's set. Cooking every day and drop off on come and collect it on work. So I'm not sure what exactly this is saying. But at the end of the day, someone here says that I'm confused as to why as adults, we are not maintaining ourselves or making sure that we are stable in all ways prior to being in a relationship. We have to stop getting into relationships to fill a need that we can't fill for ourselves. Another person says, I agree And it goes both ways. Too many young women taking care of their boyfriends too. You're young, build yourself first. That right there. That right there. Because it goes both ways. I know women who take care of their men. A boyfriend preparing to marry should be showing his girlfriend he can maintain something and he's ready to step into the role of husband. If he tells me to go back to my dad, then he's not ready. I totally agree. He's not ready for this, ma'am. No, he's not. Better yet, he's telling her that he's no fool. Someone says. It does not justify a woman being idle. Let me see what you are saying in the comments. The same men saying this are the ones that want girlfriends to cook, clean, pamper, and gallop at night. Hello? Make it make sense. Someone says, I have to wait till you're legally bound to me to show me that I can depend on you. Oh. Hold on. Saisha, what are your thoughts? You usually have some really good comments. Saisha, come into the room. I'm getting a lot of... Let me see what this one here says. Nice topic. Tell them who claims to be working and independent but still balling. Babe, I have nails and hair to do next week to go with the girls. Babe, I see an outfit I wanted. But in the end, it's up to the guy to see if that's what he wants or not. If you have a woman, you have to mind them. Better you make a child and raise him or her. But what is minding? So if you're with somebody and you ask them for occasional hairdo or a nail do, although these are things that you should be able to do by yourself, but for whatever reason, I mean, you're minding them. Are you paying all the bills? You're paying electricity, you're paying internet, you're paying rent, you're paying... What is minding? What do you mean by minding? Occasionally giving a help out? Saisha, call me. Says it's a business, it seems, a contractual agreement. We've changed what marriage is really all about. Shakespeare wrote fiction, not reality, did he? We need to be more realistic about what we really want out of marriage. BB, I don't know what topics you have. I'm not seeing all the comments. What topics you have? So then send me a message, BB. Someone says let people decide what works for them. If he wants to maintain his woman, that's his choice. He doesn't want to do it, that's his choice as well. Exactly. We become a world of dictating and telling people and have this idea what we have for ourselves, we expect that's the way it should be for other people. If somebody has no issues dealing with or doing certain things, they're probably in a better position, they're probably better off financially than the person they're with, and they're seeing that the person is shot, not like the person is lazy and sitting at home, scratching and sniffing all day. They actually have a job, but the job that they have, a little extra, wouldn't hurt. So it's not like the person is doing nothing at all. So what is the issue here? If he's in a way better position than you and he decides, you know what, listen, this is my lady, I don't want to see my lady struggling, I can afford to, shoot her a couple dollars, a couple bills, and it wouldn't make my pocket suffer in any way, then whatever works for them. All right, Saisha, I'm looking for your call. Whatever works for them, but it's like everything has become an issue. Everything, doesn't matter what you do, it's like a problem. Someone says there's really no need for difference between marriage and another relationship type, other than legality or religious views. My husband and I aren't more in love because we are married. We aren't better than dating couples because we are married. Marriage does not make us invincible. Choosing to love each other make us strong. Made us grow closer, made us virtually invincible as a couple. Marriage was a choice for us for the legal reasons and for religious reasons, but we could and would be in the same exact place as we were before we got married if we didn't have papers, so we didn't promise ourselves to each other before God. Stop trying to make marriage the goal for relationships. Everyone has different thoughts, feelings, opinions, desires. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for all. As long as no one is being harmed by a decision, it is not our place to intervene in other people's lives. Wow. That right there, as Jason would say, deserved it on Mega Award. Saisha 4409595. That right there deserves the Nutmeg Award. As long as no one has been harmed by a decision, it is not our place to intervene in other people's lives and relationships. What works for them? Someone says it's never frowned upon until one doesn't do those maintaining duties. Yet, I said both should be responsible for themselves, and the extension of that is when they have a family or child. Richard says the problem is that folks still think their rules for their relationship should be the rules of others. I'm riding my own wave. Let me check the phone line. Good morning.
I am calling for Aruna show.
Yes, you're live on the Rudin Show.
Is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Why you sound so different? I'm like, who am I calling? Am I getting the right number?
Well, I put on my professional voice.
You see, I get that a lot too. People be like, "Am I calling the right number?" I'm like, yeah. I just don't want to say, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah. Yes, so you're live.
Okay. So yeah, this is interesting. That piece that I put out with the traditional marriage and what we've changed it from. If we go back a bit, marriage in antiquity wasn't really about "I love you, you love me" kind of business, and it was really more about business.
It was about you have to bring 4 goats, you have to bring 5 sheep, you have to bring an acre of land.
You know what I mean? So if you are able, if you go back to our own history in Grenada, one of the things they used to tell men, and I just had the conversation 2 days ago with someone. One of the things that we were told, because there was a lady talking about, oh man, her dad was one of the type of men that never really cooked, cleaned, or did nothing around the house. He said that was a woman, and I grew up around ladies who said, if a man don't know how to cook and clean, he ain't worthy to be a man. Because what happens when you don't have a woman? Who does it for you? You just pray or do you die? So building a house is one thing. Fixing the car is one thing. But the basic of being able to cook and clean. So, for example, take a relationship that, God forbid, you and your wife have 2 children, and something happens that she catastrophically passed away, whether it's an accident or whatever. You now have 2 kids that you have to raise. Who cooks for them? Who cleans them?
You have to get another woman pronto.
Do you have to get another woman? Another woman that may not like these children, especially because how we culturally are brought up here to, quote unquote, not like the calf but love the cow. We've gone into this dreamy type. Everything is about love, and yes, this fairy tale knight in shining armor. She loves
sweep you off your feet and
like this. Let me show you something. This is the epitome of what relationships can get to. If you get to that, cherish it, love it, enjoy it. Trust me, you're lucky. Just know that 99% of all the relationships that happen ain't getting there. They're not happening. Marriage in America, I think 50% of all marriages dissolve. Because people got into them thinking, I'm in love with Aruna. Aruna loves me till death do us part. And then tomorrow, Aruna sees another love that looks and smells better and goes, I love you too. Wait, I didn't really love you though. I had a moment. We had a relationship. No, we had a situation.
and it's called we fell out of love.
No, we never fell into or out of love. We had a situationship, and people have to understand the difference between situationships and relationships. It's great to have a situationship. It feels good. It's like friends with benefits. It's awesome. But don't go too far with this thought that me and you is in love, that me and you going to get married, that we're going to settle down for the rest of our lives. No. Know what you're getting.
It's going to be sunshine and roses every day. It's never going to be any bad days. It's just like we read in the fairy tale books.
That's folly. Now, funny enough, if we reverse this process, right, and we said, you know what? Life is hard because when mommy made me, she had a lot of pain, but she still made me and she still loves me. Now, if we go about that and says, you know what, the life we're about to get into, this journey, it may be really difficult. We're going to have a bunch of obstacles. We may not even make it on the end of this journey. However, we'll do everything we can to make it rain and sunshine and prettiness for us all day long. Maybe then you can build this.
But the thing is, people don't take, you know what, it's like, as someone was saying to me the other day, it's so easy to like just drop out of a relationship and find another one that we don't even find time to work on, fixing what was broken here. As soon as it's broken, hey, you know what, bye, I'm going to find somebody else. And then when that's broken again, let's move on. Instead of working on what we know is broken and trying to fix it, because it's easy now to just immediately move on, because there's always somebody, peeping your WhatsApp stories, peeping your IG and your Facebook stories, looking to see when you're no longer posting us and bay and vacations and what have you.
Squeeze into that box. Now, you remember I said there's 2 phrases there's one phrase we've been using, but we need to have a second phrase. Everything has balance. There's no one thing in this world. Everything is balance, duality. We have relationship. And people keep thinking that just because me and you is doing a thing, it's a type of relationship that is in your brain. No, everything we do is a relationship. The problem is, you think we're in a love relationship. No, we're in a situationship that is sharing love. We share love for this moment. This momentary thing we have, though, may not be forever. Don't prejudge it and put all kind of things on. Just calm down and enjoy the moment we're having. And if that moment leads into other moments, build with it. If it leads away from moments, move on. Stop trying to drag all these things with you. It's funny enough, we are the problems in most of our lives because we keep dragging things from behind us that needs to stay behind us instead of looking forward for the next wave coming to be able to prepare to serve it.
Someone here is saying a relationship is preparation for marriage. Let me see what kind of husband you'll be. So I'm not waiting for marriage for you to help me out financially.
Well, see, honestly, we shouldn't be waiting for even a relationship to help someone out financially. That's not helping out somebody. That's bribery, my nigga. You ain't helping me when you give me some dollars and expect something else. That's a risk reward. You are bribing me. When you tell me I got to pay for you just to get some nookie, that's called prostitution. What's the difference when I got a ring on my finger and you telling me, well, if I don't pay this, I'm not getting. My mom told me this a long time ago. She said there's no man on this planet that does not pay for sex. None.
Mm-hmm. You pay one way or the other. It may not be directly, but indirectly you do.
Might actually be paying twice because when the wife ain't giving it and they got to go out and find it, they got to pay for that too. So please stop making this as something that is not. Be real about it and be open. The relationship or the situationship you have, figure out which one it is. If it's a relationship, work on building that relationship, flaws and all, dirty selling socks and all. If it's a situationship, realize that that's what it is, and stop wasting your energy trying to build a situationship and moan if that's not what you want. If that's okay with you, enjoy it and stop complaining. The bottom line is, stop complaining. Both of them can be worked on, or both of them you can be happy in, if that's what you want. But the problem starts with us, the solution starts with us. What do we really want? Do I really want the marriage, or is it just a situationship I wanted, and I'm going to play this game? It's like some people that, because of the laws in Grenada, and you can't be open as a homosexual person, or LGBT person, you have to have a wife or a husband, but that's not who you really want. So you play this pretentious game, because if you go out there looking like that, people will judge you. And it's the same thing going on with heterosexual relationships. A lot of us don't really want the wife we have or the husband we have. But because we've had them and stayed so long, we feel stuck. Because we think other people will judge us for, oh, well, you jumped into this relationship, you jumped into that relationship, we stuck. Not because
And you
of
stay
other people,
stuck on
only because of
unhappy.
our own self.
Stuck on unhappy.
Yeah, both sides. None of them willing to say, you know what, I love you, but this ain't working.
This ain't working
We
out.
might be better off as friends.
Listen, you're on your own.
You
It's
might
not
be better off
working,
in
it's not
different
working.
parts. But this love thing, it's causing us to hate each other. It's causing us to literally not even be friends. Why would we continue that? When we could be good friends, Aruna, but we just may not be able to, get cuddly again.
I gotcha. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it as always.
Be good.
Great. I mean, I do call my friend Derek Jackson. I would not have you. Someone says we gotta go. Good insight. You missed the part about should men maintain his woman, but nonetheless. Roseanne says it is both choices. If they want to help out at times, but it is not a must that the man maintains a woman. And it is time we get out of this thing that a man have to maintain a woman once they start dating. Come on, ladies, be an independent than a dependent person. Final one says relationship should be a choice, but there's many types of relationship, friends with benefits, committed relationship, and many more. If you really want to be with someone, you got to be emotional and mentally ready for everything that throws at you. There's nothing wrong when the man and woman financially support their partner. We often believe marriage is the best way to be committed and maintaining each other. Totally agree, Sherry. Totally agree. Anyways, guys, I think that's about all the time I've got today. That is the whole maintain thing. Maintains like taking. That's the question I ask. What is maintaining? Am I sitting at home with no job, doing absolutely nothing, and you're paying my bills, you're paying my rent, you're paying my car note, you paying for my hairdo, my nail do, you're buying me clothes. What is maintain? Because when I hear the word maintain, that is what I get. That's the picture that comes to mind of somebody who does nothing, absolutely nothing. Like back in the day when our grandmothers stayed at home and our grandfathers went out to work and came home and handed the wife the money or the woman the money and she took care of the home, maintained the home. That's the picture I get. But if you're seeing somebody out every day 8 to 4 doing the 9 to 5, whatever, making their own coin, and then hearing, oh, this person is maintaining or minding. Listen, like I said, everybody there's different strokes for different folks. What works for you, fine. Doesn't mean that measuring stick has to be used with everybody else. You don't believe in supporting your woman, then helping or maintaining, that's on you. Like I said, you're not obligated, but stop the fight now. And that's about all the time we got today. Pulling the curtains down on another one. Another ladies' room will be back tomorrow. Hopefully Jason said he's gonna be here tomorrow. Yeah, so Jason will join me in the room tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can catch us for another one. All right. Thanks so much. Came to you to the kind compliments of our friends at Beacon Insurance and Western Union. Catch you out tomorrow, guys.